Hello guys, it is I, Nathan Sutton, doing another Bionicle Generation 1 review. This time, we're going to take a look at the Bohrok. Now, from left to right, we have Levok, Korak, Tanok, Garlock, Nuvak, and Parak. So, as I've been going through with LJ's reviews to try and memorize the Bohrok, it took me a while to try and remember. I did remember some of the names of the Bohrok, right? But I gotta try and come to LJ's reviews to see the names of the Vaki, so I can try and memorize his names, to try and do my perspective of the reviews. Now this time, we're going to take a look at the Bohrok. When you think of 2002, these come to mind, right? I'm going to look at Garlock, my first Bionicle set that I've ever got. Besides Jala and Kongu from 2000 and McDonald's. I actually got this guy in the year 2001 at Christmas Day. So these guys came out pretty early, right? I got a bug in my throat once again. Now, these guys have been dismantled for a few years, and I managed to rebuild them. Went on eBay, got some parts along the way, right? Now... Oh, great. But anyway, these guys are a bit rusty, but they're still great sets, right? Now, pros are, moves arms, legs. It has a function versus this, which is a pretty cool function. I reckon we're going to need this function back, right? Because I'd like to have this function back with G2. Same similarity function with the Bohrok slash Bohrok and Kenera, right? They all had this. Except, if you remembered, back in the day, Bohrok slash Kenera and the Bohrok coins did this, except the mouth jaw thing opens, right? These guys have a neck function. Is a great function to play with, right? I used to do this all the time, but I think the rubber band's kind of wearing off on me. But pros are also the rubber bands are actually, green, and they're a little more thicker. You can transform these guys into a ball. And you can just roll them like a Hordika or Destroyer droid from Star Wars. So they roll pretty nicely. Really fun. You can do the same thing with the others. And of course they're all basic clone sets. I choose to get them all because I was pretty young by the time, and I wanted to see each of the differences, and I did, right? This is my second Bohrok set I've ever got, right? I got all 6 of these guys on that same year. Problem was, they were dismantled. Same with my Bohrok VAR, but I will get to that sooner. Another function can be a pro. Each of them have a Krana, which I will get to the collectibles soon. The game, however, is actually pretty stupid, right? Yeah. How are they supposed to take that Krana out? Oh, and I must tell you, I couldn't find those green rubber bands, but I had to get one of these so they can... Yeah. Don't worry, I will replace these really stupid rubber bands someday. Now, as I try to remember, each of them are by the Toa element except Levac. So, this guy is basically with fire, right? Nuvac is basically with earth. Parak is basically with stone, of course. Obviously, Garlock is with water. Korak is with ice. But this guy, you're probably thinking of air. But if anyone who remembered back in the day, Levac actually had acid. This guy spreads acid. So, that's pretty cool. It still relates with jungle, I suppose, right? It relates with the jungle element. So, that makes sense. All of their Krana is not actually with their Krana. I mean, like, I'm not entirely sure if this Krana came with this guy, right? Do you remember? I think this Krana came in with Nuvac Var. I cannot remember, but this is the Krana you'll see the most in a lot of these Bohrok sets. This is the Krana you'll see mostly, but you will see that you'll get different Krana each of the Bionicle sets. Now, these guys are worth buying. I suggest to pick them all at once, because if you're going to probably get each Bohrok online, you'll probably get confused. So I suggest to buy these guys online together at the same time. Unless if you know the difference, like most of us do, but some people will think that these guys are exactly the same. They are the same design, but they are not the same color and perspective here. Like, this guy has flames. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. According to LJ, Jackhammer with Nuvac. This guy, I don't know, he's just said stony. But you get the drift. But this one makes a whole heap of sense as well compared with this guy, because this one has fins. Garlock has fins, right? This guy has a saw. I suppose you could probably cut ice something with ice, I guess. I don't mind it. So, yeah. That is your very own Bohrok. Next set I will be reviewing will be the Bohrok Var. Hope to see you all then.